You're in banter mode now. Lighthearted self-deprecation, observational humor, and a ChatGPT co-pilot steering us through the chaos of conveyor belts. Today, we're finally closing the loop on acquisition. We've already hauled fuel to where the coal piles up like some kind of industrial campfire, but now we need sulfur to join the party. Why? Because coal is strong, sulfur is spicy, and together they become compacted coal. Basically the protein bar of the factory world. That compacted coal will be the secret sauce for refining our fuel into the glorious turbo fuel. Depending on how quickly I can wrestle sulfur pipelines into place, we might even kick off, or dare I say, finish, the turbo fuel crown itself. But no matter what, sulfur is coming to the site today. The last missing piece is finally rolling in, and with it, the promise of power, efficiency, and maybe a little accidental pollution. Strap in, because today, sulfur gets its spotlight. Alright, before we go any further, let me just double check that the live streams are going. Using my cell phone, I'll go and visit the live streams on my cell phone. So I am live streaming in the horizontal PC format on YouTube, on Twitch and Kick, and I'm available on YouTube in the vertical cell phone format. So let me just browse to my own channel here. Twitch was taking a little bit longer than usual. I wonder what that was. Here. Perfect. YouTube is all good. Let me go back to Twitch. Twitch is starting to look good. Let me hear some audio. There it is. Okay, we're all set. Okay, so here we are. I brought the, we have a lot of crude. Oh yeah, let's go look. I didn't even pull this up. I should have pulled this up earlier. I've got my design. Here's my design that I've been working on. So we've got some crude coming from over here. This is like the middle of the Satisfactory world. So maybe some of these water formations might be a little bit familiar. To the northeast is Dune Desert. And I've already collected a bunch of fuel. There will be 240 fuel coming along this line to right here where the turbo fuel crown will lie. And that fuel is actually kind of right around here. I brought it up along here, and it's kind of right around here. I'm not sure if that's where he wanted. Maybe the center of the crown will be right here. Because the coal, I haven't done anything with the coal, but the coal is just sitting right there. That's all the coal. Actually, we don't even need this much coal. We are only going to use half of this normal quality coal, and all of this full quality coal to get 300 coal. Then we need 300 sulfur to combine with that coal. That's what we're getting today. 120 sulfur per minute. All of these numbers are per minute or per cubic meter per minute. So I need to get this sulfur, and this sulfur. Then everything will be collected to the site. 300 coal, 300 sulfur. Here's the numbers: 300 coal, 300 sulfur to get 300 compacted coal per minute. Then the 300 compacted coal will be combined with 450 cubic meters of fuel. The fuel was processed from crude on site, then piped to the location. I've already got those. I just need the sulfur. And then we should have 12,500 megawatts. Hello, Legos on YouTube. So this is what I did last episode. This is the fuel. This is a hydro crude point right here. This one. We can even see these circles here on the map. Circle stones, whatever those are called, like kind of halos or something. And then I made this water tower, pumped the fuel up here. So now it all flows downhill as far as we need. All the way to that point there. This is the turbo fuel crown. We have some coal that's just a bit out of sight here. Actually, we can see the coal over here. That's coal right there. And there's some more that's out of sight. Those are the ones that I'm going to use, the ones that are out of sight. And where can we see the end of... Here's the other fuel from the northeast. This pipe right here is from this sulfur, or from this crude here. I piped it to right there. That's what we're looking at, like that point. Right exactly there. We can't see it on YouTube, but it's like right around that point. Can I zoom in there? Yeah, right around here. So that's where we're at. Sulfur, where is the sulfur again? There's one to the south. I should start here because this is the sulfur that I'm closest to. So that's just to the east of the crude. So the crude oil is here. Let's get the compass. So south is, I'm facing south. East. So it should be somewhere over there. The sulfur is over there. Let's see if we can get a ping on the map. Where's that sulfur? Out of sight, but I think it's going to be right there. And by the way, I'm standing on the main base. The Banter Sink HQ right there. So let's just take a big jump. I've got a jetpack. And we're going to land in some poison, but that's okay because I've got a filter, a gas mask filter. I don't want to land by those nesters, though. Hatchers. Are they hatchers or nesters? I keep on messing that up. So I am immune to poison, but there is some kind of uranium. There is uranium around here, so that is kind of my kryptonite at this point, still. I think once I get the tech to get a hazmat suit, then I'm going to go on a big journey to collect a lot of summer sloops, Mercer spheres, and hard drives and stuff. Right now I have some, that I even don't use my summer sloops and mercer spheres as much as I can, I think, because I just I don't want to think about those. Whoa, I don't have my Xenoblade on hand. No, that was a big waste. Those medicinal inhalers are still kind of valuable for me. Here's the sulfur. So I should have a power station here too, a big power tower. Also, I didn't bring the power out here, but now that is my inventory full? Uh-oh. I'm gonna need some more barrel nuts to make my food into medicinal inhalers, but for now, I think I'll just delete some plastic. I think I want to start accumulating some motors, because that's something that I've noticed myself running out of, so I think I'm gonna actually get a stack of motors too, to just make sure those are accumulating from my dimensional depot, because I have a connection to some alternate dimension type of technology, and it's kind of slow. See, I heard a summer sloop or a power slug. There it is. I'm not going to collect that because I am somewhat put off by not having a hazmat suit, as I said earlier. I want to just be fully invincible to a lot of my difficulties, because as we saw in a previous episode, it takes a lot to fight a lot of stuff with some of the lower tech weaponry that I've been using. Maybe something I might want to do once I'm making all this compacted coal and bringing sulfur is I might want to research shotguns and stuff. I don't have that research, but it's gonna be a real cinch. I just need to get some compacted coal and sulfur. I pretty much have all the tech. Everything, I don't know, I think we might need some steel pipes or something like that. All of that other stuff is easily taken care of. So, which direction is... So I want it to face a little bit 10 degrees to the right, like that. I think I'm going to go down here.
We are one conveyor away from summoning a sulfur dragon.
A sulfur dragon. Cool idea. A yellow dragon. It should be a yellow dragon then. So I'll go through here. So that's about this angle. So that will be... I need to make an equipment workshop. Can I make some more medicinal inhalers? Nutritional inhalers. Nope, not enough barrel nuts. Does this guy, like, respawn quickly or something? It seems like that was a quick respawn or something. Or do they have a path that they follow? So I need 2 portable miners to make the miner. I'll have to delete some more stuff to make room. So which way again? I think it's towards this. I think I'm facing... Yeah, exactly that way. Production, I need a miner to mine this sulfur. And a power tower to power it up. I will connect it to the nearest power tower. I see one right there. It's kind of facing the wrong way though. Maybe I should put it a bit more over here so that it's facing the same way. I don't like to see... It does work whichever way we want it to be. But it would be nice if it was kind of facing... They should face each other so the wires don't tangle around. Like right here. Okay, I'm gonna have it facing a bit this way because it'll connect over here. I want it, the ladder should be a bit more towards me though. There it is. Cool. Okay, so now I can also zip line here quicker. So actually, I thought I would have to go a bit of a ways. I'll put one pole here for some better line placement. On a high point, and then one next to the refinery, or to the drill, even though we're not going to do anything else with this. So, pardon me, how many is this one able to produce? 120. So we need a bit of a faster belt. What is it, E? Yes, the E to get to the faster belts. Then I'll raise it up. Split it off. And then we're going to be using stackable conveyor poles. Now it's split into two, then they can be the Mark 1 belts. So the first stacker conveyor stack will be right here. I'll raise it one up so I have some room to walk. Actually, maybe these should both be raised up to start off with, like that, like so. Clipping? I can't imagine what would be clipping here. This is very clear. So I think that's going to be probably some stones or something. A lot of rocks and stuff, I think, have big bounding boxes. I think it's like, thinks it's clipping with like this or something. I'm pretty sure that's what's going on.
Somewhere, Osho is crying.
Yeah, this is not going to be very environmental, or is it environmental hazards is the problem, or is it health safety? I guess the safety is also quite bad because the miners aren't sealed up from stuff. We need, like, fences and stuff. Maybe I should start to put up, like, chain link fences around all of my factories for OSHA purposes. So we're going through this area here. I have to be careful. I think I see a limestone node there. I better not cover that up because the limestone might be useful at some point. There's a lot of coal around, and coal and iron. So maybe limestone would be helpful to make some concrete encased industrial beams or something. So that I don't want to interfere with my later plans. Okay, this is not going to make it, is it? Actually, this is not too far. It's only too far at like this point. It's just too steep. So I am just going to make a big... uh-oh, there's enemies. Whoa, I'm already damaged. Okay. Back in action. Did I start that fight with damage, or did it damage me? I think I started the fight with some damage already. There we go, got it. I should have looked around before I jumped down here. I didn't I didn't clear the area. So how high will this want to be? About that high or something? Okay, so some barrel nuts are here. This is a good find. I was low on barrel nuts earlier. Once I get a bunch of barrel nuts, I should be able to make a big amount of medicinal inhalers, and then they'll feel a little less valuable. I can use them a bit more, because I only have like 11. The nice thing about medicinal inhalers is that they heal your health bar completely, whereas the foods themselves are only like 1 to 5 bars, like 10% or what, something, 10% of my health. But once we combine them together to make medicinal inhalers, then it's a full health bar each step. So I'll just try to stay to the left. Yeah, here's some pure limestone. We wouldn't want to get in the way of that, of getting access to the pure limestone. So I'll hug tight to this wall.
Sulfur pipelines? Nah, we are all about conveyor ASMR here.
Yep, we're all about the low power usage of conveyor belts. Alright, is it just, are we here now? I think we're almost there. This is where the coal is. We're basically, we made it. So this was the quickest, this is the shortest one. We're basically there already. One of these is going to be quite a challenge, quite a trek. I wonder if that delete filled my inventory with sulfur. Yes, it did. I'm just going to delete that sulfur. That one doesn't seem too bad to me, but I guess it is no good. Okay, so I can't hug too tight to this wall, it appears, because it counts as not being able to... I can't put the belts there. For whatever reason, it counts like it's inside the mountain. I think I want to make some more, make all of the, at least the 2 coal that I'm using. I'm using 1 pure. This is the pure one I'll use. And 1 normal quality, even though actually there is another pure one. So I'll use this one here. I think this is normal quality, yep. So I think I'm going to set these up right away so I can get an idea of where the center will be of the crown. Okay, what can I delete? I kind of don't want to delete my plates because I know I'm going to need a lot of iron plates. It looks tempting, but I don't think so. I should not.
The Sulfur Express is leaving the station. Choo choo.
Maybe some cables. I don't think I need this many cables. I have quite an excessive amount of cables at this moment. So I need 4. 2 for each of these coal miners, and should I plan ahead? Do I need to plan ahead? I guess I'll get 2 extra ones, because the other sulfur node is not too far away. Let's build the miners first. I think the center, it'll be like right where this, I think this pipe will mark the center actually. So I want all of these to be conveyor belted over to here. And then they'll go straight up from this point. So this is the center of the turbo fuel crown, and it'll sit above this power station. Whatever that is will be the lowest point on it. Okay, so now we're going to have 4 stacks. Before we've been working with 2 or 4 conveyors, or whatever you want to say for that, stacks or whatever. We have 4 of those. I guess I was saying stacks because we have stackable conveyor poles that we're gonna be housing these conveyor belts on. Okay, and then the coal will combine with these. Maybe next step. The 1 coal will join in here. On the lower, we'll have the coal go to the lower side. Because the sulfur just happens to be higher here. So I'll skip the lower level for to make room for the coal. And since that first coal is going on the lower level, then I'll have the rest of the coal all go on the lower levels. This one is going to need a faster belt. So E for a faster belt. This one's going to have to be split off multiple times. I'm going to need... Oh, actually this one... No, not this one. This one is 120, isn't it? 120 coal. So this one, I just need 2... wait a minute. This is... Oh yeah, normal is 120, yeah. There we go. I am not going to do anything with the rest of the coal there, so I'm just going to have a splitter there. It's like set up for doing something else also. Now, am I going to have to build these stackable conveyors into the water, or can I go on this platform? It would... Unfortunately, it looks like I'm going to have to go off to the side a bit to reach this little bit of an island. So if this one needs...
That sulfur pile is moving like it just heard rents do.
Yeah, they do fill up quite quick. Sometimes I can outbuild the conveyor belts, but not this time because I have to make the stacker poles. Sometimes the poles, if there's already some poles and I'm adding to another set of poles, then I can kind of outrun them. So this one is going to be 240. 240 divided by 60 is 4. So I'm going to have 5 belts of coal here. So I'll skip the bottom one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to have to rotate this. So, well, actually I don't have to, but I will, just because it'll be easier to have it pointing this way. Easier if it is pointing this way. So, mark 3 to get 4. I'm going to want to... Actually, I will like to bifurcate. I was going to put 2 splitters on there in a row, but it's better if you split it into 2 and then split the 2 into 2 more. So the first one was a Mark III belt. Now these ones are Mark II. And they will also get split in 2 each. And now we just have 4 of the slowest types of belts of this coal. Once it's powered up, that is. Oh yeah, it was 5. I didn't. My counting was kind of wrong before. It's 5 of the coal, and then 2 sulfur. So I need 2 more stackable holes for this. There we go. That's a bit of a spaghetti mess there, but it's not too bad. Okay. Now, let's hope... I'm pretty sure this is gonna reach the island. It's not very far at all, so this will definitely reach, won't it? There used to be a crash site here. That's why there's some rotors on the ground and stuff. Yeah, this will easily reach. So, stackers first. Skip 1 and then 7. 1. I'm going to count what's there. I should be able to click 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go.
If only my commute looked this efficient.
This is getting hard to connect. I need some more jetpack usage or something. How can I get a good view of all of this? Is this right? Yeah, this is going well. This is a heavily guarded area. There's a lot of resources to guard here. Is there more? I think I hear more. There it is. I saw its tail. The hog's tail. Scaredy. This is a scaredy hog. Two, three, four, five, six, seven. Oops, I have to delete that one because it went to the wrong layer. Same mistake. Good thing I caught it early. One more stack, and then these will all be... Maybe I shouldn't make another stackable conveyor here, because this is where they're all going to be splitting off. So I think that's going to be far enough. I want to see what's going on up top, so I know where they're going to be connecting to the main thing. So now the next sulfur node. I'm getting a little bit teary-eyed from focusing. Making those conveyors connect was a bit of a challenge.
Look at those little sulfur nuggets marching off to glory.
I don't have the inventory space for this power slug. I'm just gonna ignore it. Where'd that sulfur go? Is the sulfur up top or something? Where was it? I'll have to do another scan. Oh, it's over here. No, it doesn't look like it's on the... There it is. So, and the crown is here, so I'm gonna want to bring it up right here and then over the same way I came. That was a good direction to come from. Now, power. What do we do for power? I didn't power up those coal nodes because power is not going to be far away at all. I won't make any power towers for the coal because they're already there. But I think I will need to make another one for this sulfur. I see a power tower there. How do I connect it? I think I'll start on the lower level. Maybe these power towers will stay on the lower level. I think maybe not, because it's really good for these towers to be as high up as possible. I think I might want my power tower up like here. Should I, like, mark my power towers on my map, I wonder? Maybe I should do that at some point. Is there a power tower label? Left Alt, right click. There isn't a power tower per se, but I could come up with something else. Like a crate, the crate icon or something. I can have one up there. That's a good spot. That's a far-reaching spot. I think I'll just place it there right now. I think I'll do a page down to make sure... No, I can't do a page down. Can I... No. If I lower it down anymore, it'll be underground. And is there any wires crossing? This is not the best connection, but I guess it'll do. They aren't crossing too bad. Actually, I think, you know, how worse... Actually, that is completely...
An alien is watching and thinking. Art.
Maybe I need to decrease my standards, because we can't have everything be not perpendicular to each other. These ones were perpendicular, but I guess that's just how it's gotta go sometimes. There's the sulfur. Can this power line go all the way to the ground? It doesn't look like it. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to split this off a bit more, aren't I? This is only 60. No, I don't have to split this off at all. That's kind of convenient, also kind of disappointing. Okay, and map once again. So we're gonna be going to my right over here in this area. Okay. This is gonna be real easy because we don't need to do any conveyor belts. Is this all the sulfur? Maybe I will want to combine it with some other sulfur. No, this is the only sulfur over here. So we're gonna be getting, the next sulfur is gonna be like way over here. Yeah, right there. And then there's another one somewhere there. So this is gonna be real quick. I'm not even gonna use stackable pulls. I'll just quickly connect it. That one had to go low for some reason. I think maybe this stone rock is mushrooming out a bit, so higher up it has less room. Is this the right way? Yep. Along here and then up at this point about. Do I need to switch sides that I'm following? I think it would be best for me to follow along this cliff face instead. This could be a curve belt moment. No need.
That conveyor's longer than my Amazon shipping weight.
Where are we? I'm going off in the wrong direction. It was this way. As soon as I switched to this other cliff side, it was wrong. I think I'm just going to start here. This wasn't too off track. It was this is kind of cutting the corner nicely. There we go. Now it's all in sight. I've got these conveyors here, this conveyor here. See, I did outrun the sulfur this time, even with that backtracking. Actually, that's a bit concerning. Is the sulfur... Yeah, there's the sulfur on its way. This is a fun part, seeing this backtracking and watching the sulfur catch up with your work. Okay, so now I've got 3 belts of sulfur. I need 2 more because I have 5 belts of coal. We need an equal amount of coal and sulfur for our compacted coal. And here's one fuel, and then here's the other fuel. This one is 240, and I think this one, there's 2. I forget what those ones are. So I think I'll have 3 water towers. So next up, I have to follow this river kind of thing. I should be bringing power out as I come, so I better make a stop at the space elevator and bring power along here and conveyor belt it back along there as well. Now, where's a good way to get up? I think I'm gonna have to just go around here. My jetpack isn't strong enough to fly onto the mountain. I've gotta just go back here to find a power line to zip line up. So this is also going to be a big expansion on my power lines. I think I've got a power line right around here that I'll start to... Oops. I'll start from there. Stingers. Or this one. Is this the one? Maybe this is the one I should start on. I think I want to follow along this area there. No, I won't. I won't continue this. That was a misstep, but I thought I would just keep it in case I need it later. I'm sure I will for something. I think this is going to be where I start to branch out. Does this even have enough connection points at the top? It's all full. There's too many connections already. Now, what should I do about that? This is another kind of
When in
pointless...
doubt, add more conveyor.
This one is pointless. I don't think I need this one at all. I just won't have this one. No, that was the wrong way. I gotta go back. I need to fly up to this ramp to delete this power tower. This one connects to nothing. So that one was, I was hoping that would be like a zip line up, but it doesn't really need to, it doesn't need to be so shallow of an angle. I can have an angle that steep. So I need to start along this area here. I don't think I mind having a power tower very... It's going to be kind of close to this one. This is kind of close, because now I have some more options here. This tower is fully connected up, so I do need to find some more connection points. This is going to be a short power tower here. Now I want to go a lot closer to the edge and try to maximize the distance, the reach. Okay, crash sites kind of seem like a nice spot. I'll put it here, even though it's not maxed out yet. Is that 3 spitters? I think I saw... Yeah, there's a third one. Uh-oh, 3 of the high-level spitters. This is a scary one. I could... Okay, here it is. Okay, I'm down to... There's 1 spitter left, but that... I'm also... Okay, I'm all good now. After that medicinal or nutritional inhaler. Okay, so I kind of had to go in a bit. That short power station was because of this here was kind of getting in the way, and now I think there might be another one, another two getting in the way. We don't. Maybe I should be going on top of all of this. Maybe I should backtrack it. It would be nice if these are all really good choices that I'm making. Good long-term choices for these power towers. So maybe on top of there is the good long-term choice. I don't want to rush this and think it's some temporary thing. Maybe I should also have a ramp down. A ramp to and from the top of that plateau, just in case, because I need to get up here to do some zip lining. I'll, zip line halfway up and then jump down. I can't connect it. Oh, is this too steep? Well, I'll build some concrete if this is too steep. Maybe I can build it right here, though. There's a little bit of a flat point there. Can I do a connection from this distance? This is still kind of a short power tower distance. Cool, this is not too steep. I don't think I accept that, though. I think I'm going to build some concrete foundation for it.
Sulfur looks like cheese that made some bad life choices.
Yeah, it's like the badass version of cheese. So I also locked that to the grid. Alright, there's some foundation, and I think I will make a ramp down from that point. From this point. I should, maybe I should get ladders, the blueprint for ladders. Maybe I should do that right now, because we're gonna have the same thing several times. So... Actually, I didn't need to go down. I don't know why I went down. I wanted to build an awesome... I gotta just build a sink to collect the stamps. I've got some stamps I know I have. It doesn't display how many stamps I have if there's no power. But I can still collect them. I just learned that. Okay, so a crafting bench for some screws. Let's build where... I want to plan this out first. So I'll do a vertical zoop locked onto the world grid. I want it to be like here. I'll vertical zoop from this point up and then build a ladder. Mind you, this is kind of bad here. I can fly up to the ladder. I'll start there and then zoop it up there. Or is the ladder on this side? Yeah, I can put a ladder. I think I want a ladder right here. This will be a good spot for a ladder. But I don't have that recipe yet, I'm pretty sure. Maybe I do just already have that. I should have looked first. I do have a ladder. I thought I didn't get it yet. Okay, and now can I vertical build a ladder? I'm somewhat disappointed that I didn't know that because I think I've wanted a ladder several times, not too long ago at all. And I always just assume I don't have that recipe yet. Can I build here? Yeah, this is a better way to build. I can build off the ladder. Now, how high? I think I built too high, which is not bad at all. And I'll just delete. There we go. Now that's how I can get to the power station. That's a good setup. Now I'll keep doing that with all of my power towers. So now this is an easy way to get up from the ground to the power tower. Then I can start zip lining around. There we go. That was a bit difficult, but we got it in the end. Now, can I fly all the way up to the next peak? I don't think I will be able to. It's way out there. So I want my next power tower to be right here. Is it gonna reach?
Honestly, this conveyor looks like a treadmill for rocks.
I almost made it. Okay, I think it's about time to make a hotbar for this specific activity. Now I know kind of what I need. I need, first of all, power towers and power lines to connect them. I'm using a lot of foundation, the thick foundation, and ladders. So if I can almost make it with a jetpack, hopefully I can connect these. These aren't too far away. I don't know if this is the distance that the power lines can go. Hopefully, yes. Yeah, actually, I think that was a short one. I didn't actually hotkey ladders. Okay, is that the next peak? I'll try to fly up and see if I can get it. See what it is. I can't fly up over the trees. I think that must be the next one. No, I think that was just a smaller one. We need to stay here. So this is a smaller peak, but it still is a bit of a landmark peak. So I might not... I think I won't make any foundation here. Whoa. So that was a fast one. I don't want to spend too much time on this if I don't have to. That was a nice and fast one. So I think maybe the next one... Where will the next one be?
The factory doesn't run on logic, it runs on vibes and sulfur.
I wonder if I could reach all the way over here. That's what I would like to do. Up to there. Yeah, up here. Is this possible? I don't have to fear this guy anymore. He's... I'm impervious to his poison, so that's awesome. I can just run through all of this. Up here, this looks like a good spot for one. Is it too far? It's not too far. I can go a bit further than that. But this is going to be another ladder one. That was not maybe I just can get quite quick at this. I think this is not that long of a process. I'm already up here, okay. So now what about this next level though? How come I can't stack the concrete on top of it anymore? Do I have to aim like here? I saw it blink to where I want it to be. Flying to do it. I think what's happening is it's like hard to aim to the top of the concrete because the ground is covering it, but I actually am okay to aim there. It looks like in this crack is a good way to aim. Okay, I think that's just gotta be... That's... Oh, I deleted all of that ladder? That whole thing was one ladder. Interesting. I thought it was segment by segment. Okay, I guess that's just gonna have to be the bottom. Or I mean, actually I mean the top. So... How to connect these? Can I fly the way back to get line of sight? Alright, got it. Next up. Where to now? So I know... Let's do another scan. So we're going to that point. If I can reach a connection from here to here, I can probably reach another connection from here to there. All the way there, and then then another one here, and then just small power poles to the sulfurs. I want to do another scan, one more scan, so I can actually see it on my compass. There, so I'm going this way.
That sulfur is training for the 100-meter dash, slow edition.
I want it to be all the way up here, because I think that the sulfur... Cool, we can fly on this guy. This is a passive fauna, so I can just fly up here. Where will this take me? Okay, it's gonna go the wrong way, though. Maybe that's how it attacks. It leads us astray. It's almost like a okay, this is too long, unfortunately. Wire too long. So we aren't able to make this distance. So I'll go to the ground, try to find a little bit of a raised up point on the ground, like right here. And then from this point, launch off to that higher spot. Because I'm pretty sure the sulfur's way up high up there, isn't it? No, I don't want to... Whoa, I think I'm going to try to avoid this fight. Those guys are tough. And I'm a bit distracted. Whoa, what is this? Some kind of achievement it looks like. Can I just... E to unlock the Songs of Conquest. Radioactive. I'll label that as radioactive. What is that? Because it's radio. Some kind of radio thing, so it'll be radioactive. I think I want to just build a ladder all the way up here. I'll try to avoid that fauna and just have a ladder going all the way to the top. What is the most straight up spot here? Invalid placement. Lots of invalid placements here. Okay, that one's good. I hope that rock doesn't interrupt climbing. Let's see. All good. Once again, I think I built up too high, which is just fine. Actually, not too high. Okay, here's another one of those scary guys. Do I have my gun? Whoa, this cliff hog. I just remembered their name because he almost knocked me off that cliff. He's a cliff hog. Is there two here? I think I saw something else. What was that? Is there two here? Oh no, this is gonna be scary. No, it's one small one and one big one. I've fought worse. I've fought a big cliff hog and like 3 small ones. Those ones get kind of scary because it's...
The sulfur train has no brakes.
Whoa. I think the cliff hog just ran off the cliff. That's the kind of ironic thing about the cliff hoggers. I wonder if they are immune to falling damage or something. Maybe they almost mean for that. They don't mind running off cliffs, it seems like. That's just a thing they do. Hopefully that'll hopefully they hope that their display was still enough to scare off any would-be people who want to take the land. They're mostly like a show of force rather than killing everything, hopefully. Or maybe that, I don't know, that they do have like weapons. They shoot long-ranged weapons, so that does also kind of seem like they are trying to get as aggressive as possible. Okay, so I think I can reach all the way up here. I think I want another one all the way up here. Actually, is that going to make any sense? Let's do yet another scan. I can hear lots of fauna. Stuff is nearby. Scary stuff is quite nearby. Now, where's the other sulfur? It's down here. So, can I connect a power tower from this nearby one to the ground? I'll do another scan to see if I have line of sight here. Where is it? It does seem like it's right around here. Okay, so What should I do? Get a power tower, like... I think I want a power tower anywhere on that grounded area, as close as I can get to that sulfur. I'm gonna get that one first, and then bring it to this one, and then they'll be conveyoring together. Or maybe they'll merge here. Here's this, it looks like he came back, he climbed up the mountain. Better deal with this guy, because it'll be, they spawn like once an hour or something. But if it's, it just fell off a cliff, it looks like it can just climb right back up. Whoa, that was so close. I've never been so close to dying and not died. One little sliver of health. There it is. So now this is like cliff hog free for like an hour or something. Whoa, I don't think I'm ready to jump off yet. So I can get to ground level. Awesome. That's what I'll do. I can have a power tower on ground level. This will help with zip line. There's the sulfur right there. It's actually a lot. I was looking a lot further out than I needed to. Is this too long? This is just barely too long. Okay, so we are just a little bit shy of where we want, but that's fine because I can just do normal power poles for the rest of the distance. Okay, I think I'm gonna take out that...
The sulfur is basically speedrunning into oblivion.
I'm gonna take out that hog before it even knows it's under attack. There we go. I think we might be in kind of safer territory. That was just one small hog. Rather than... I've been noticing the more we get into the center of the map, where a lot of the very valuable resources are, the stuff guarding all of the resources are always like tougher and tougher and more of them. So that was just one itty bitty hog, so I think we're kind of starting to get back to safety. We've crossed over the center of the map and reached other disparate locations. Now, what's the speed on this one? This is impure, so it's only 60. We don't have to do too much work. So we don't have to split it off or anything, and we can even just do a single power pole, or a single belt pull. Do I even want to cross this body of water? I said I was gonna follow the power line back up, but if I'm gonna cross the water with the other sulfur, why cross it twice? So I will just go here. This one, I don't want it to cross over to the first sulfur and then back over with it. I'll just try to climb. They'll just meet up at a bit of a later point than I first thought they were going to meet up at. Good to see all that sulfur going. It's all going. We know it's all good. Hello, No Good Nick on Twitch. That's a good height for that lift, but I want it facing the other direction. Maybe I'll just fly down from here. Let's keep working on this one. Oops, I'll have to zip line back up.
This conveyor is basically a runway. Models sulfur chunks.
Actually, I think I'll start to work on the other sulfur. This is going to be where they'll meet up. Whoa, is this guy gonna connect? Excellent. My zip line is out of his flight path, so I'm not bothering him, he's not bothering me. So I'm gonna want to bring the sulfur up here to that spot there, and then they're gonna go along, they're gonna start to follow the power lines. Back. Okay. Things are going quite quickly, quite nicely and quickly. Not too many hitches or anything. I'm not dying. I haven't been dying. That's the main hitch. If these fauna get me killed, I'll have to respawn and that'll be a bit of a hassle. Oops. There we go. Just some, I think there's just 3 small ones here. Now that we're up on this big mountain, there's a lot of tough guys up here. Where'd they go? I lost track of them. Here's one. There still should be one more. It might have ran off a cliff, or it just got bored. I usually find these fauna have a big chase range. I'm surprised it got bored. Maybe it did run off a cliff, but then it has the, whatever it is, that cliff finding. It seems to, they seem to respawn a lot faster. if they fall off a cliff, they just kind of climb back up. Maybe that's what happened. I should have built 4 portable miners at my last workshop. So here's sulfur. I don't need that sulfur. This one is also impure, isn't it? Yeah, another 60, just a simple belt. 1 belt, no need to split or anything. Where's the destination? Over here. Okay, I think I want to do a series of lifts down, zigzagging down. Before a big long one down. Then we can keep zigzagging a bit. Maybe eventually I'll start to put some like supports here, like concrete. This could be like housed in concrete or something. Is that able to reach? That looks like it's almost able to reach. So I'll zigzag down a couple more steps. And see if that the distance I need.
Honestly, sulfur conveyors deserve their own theme park ride.
Maybe I should build a concrete bridge there. It doesn't get in the way of the flight path. I think I will want some thicker concrete for this bridge. I will try to lock it to the grid. Is that going to be... That's kind of a bad orientation, though. Okay, and now they're all connected together. What did I dismantle here that I needed a dismantle crate? Plates, good to have. Actually, this and the previous spot should be raised up for... Whoa, uh-oh. That was risky, because I used up all of my fuel to have one shot at being on the bridge. I guess there was water under me. Hopefully, let's see what's under me. Hopefully I would have just fallen into that water and had a bit of a climb. I might need to climb back up. Okay, now I'm gonna make my first stackable conveyor pulls a little bit closer. Which hotbar? Here's a hotbar. So that they can get connected first of all, and then start to get the max range. out of these. Invalid aim location. What's going on here? Oh, I started from the conveyor poles. That was not a good choice because I always go in from the wrong direction. When I start a conveyor belt from the stackable conveyor poles, they always go in the wrong direction, so I can't connect them. So, do I need to connect to the power line right away? I think it might be faster if I somewhat angled. I actually should go to this one. I'll go straight to this. I'll skip this first conveyor pole and go to where it's leading to next. Okay, this guy wants a fight. Here, he's got a fight. A Nobelisk. That's a good find because I do have a Nobelisk detonator. And this is one of those things that I said I want to start getting some more
The sulfur looks smug. It
weaponry.
knows it's the missing piece.
I'm going to raise these ones up a little bit more because of the steep decline. Is this the right way to go? No, I'm going off the cliff here. I now see the power station. I need to stay to the right more. Nope, this was not the right. This was a bit of a bit off course. What am I getting damaged by? Spitters. Or stingers. Not enough space for it. Okay, I think I can delete some of these wires because we're now done with the power construction. I almost want to do some chainsaw work here because it's hard for me to see where I'm headed to. I think I'm right on track though. It's gonna take me so long to cut all this stuff down. I don't need to do that.
The sulfur is like, finally, a purpose other than smelling bad.
Yep, the sulfur is now gonna be smelling... Maybe it'll continue to smell bad, but it'll be so effective that we won't say anything. Okay, now we're starting to get on track, it seems like. This is a bit of a road trip, but this is kind of like a road trip or something. And now we're really on the roll. Feels good to be immune to poison. I think I want to make no, I no need. I was gonna say, well, I need to make a stackable pole here anyways. I was gonna say I'm gonna need to make an early stackable pole to make a turn to stay close to that cliff wall, but I don't think I need to. I can just keep on straight down this course. The greenery really confuses me. Where? There we go. Map. I'm gonna need a map for this. I can't see. So to this area here. No, that's completely tangent. Completely off course. I think I might be a little bit faster than the 60 sulfur per minute. It hasn't caught up to me, has it? So that means I'm getting quite fast at this process here. Can I skip to the top here? This would be best. No. Whoa. Big jump. This is a big stinger. I think this is the first time I fought these bigger stingers, and now he's got some spitter buddies. Uh-oh. 2 spitters and a big stinger. My first big stinger. Uh-oh. Was it only one? I thought I saw 2 spitters. Okay, so I think I'm gonna make a big tower of splitter poles here so that I can make this jump. Actually, it can kind of ramp up. It'll ramp up. And then I'll also set this up early right there so I can just quickly ramp those up. So I bet the sulfur made it caught up with me by now. That one did. 1 sulfur caught up. The other one is shortly behind, surely. I hope there's no hiccup. What could go wrong on that other one that has no sulfur? First I was proud the other sulfur didn't catch up, but now why not?
Sulfur taking the scenic route to destruction.
The lower belt is seeming to be taking a scenic route. Where is it? Did I not power one of them up? The sooner I get to this, the better, so I'm glad I noticed this. It's this one up here. I must have not powered it up. Okay, we need to go to the power line. Zip line to get up to that height. Here it is. Okay, this is, now that I'm starting it up, that'll kind of give me a head start on it. If I want to try to stay ahead of the sulfur. Okay, good. When I realized it was this higher up sulfur, I was a bit worried that like these zigzag lifts don't work or something for whatever reason. Like maybe we're like not allowed to do that. But I just did not power it up. One step away. Click, click. Now it's all good. Now I've got a bit of a head start. Is if I can get back to the turbo fuel crown before the sulfur, I'll feel good. Okay, I'm gonna fall into this water. That was a good spot to make that mistake. I'm glad I made that mistake there, of all places, rather than anywhere else. There's lots of big stretches of land where those zip lines don't have water under them. Okay, now we're back in action. We have one belt of sulfur to see how fast I'm going at the moment. And another belt that's backed up that I'm kind of racing against. Where does this one... Where should I put this? Here? Too far. Let's have it be... I want it to be right up to the edge of this cliff so that it has a good line of sight of the ground below. But I don't want it... But I also want it to be in the correct direction as much as possible. I don't need to hug too closely to this cliff. The cliff is kind of zigzagging around. I would rather go straight here because this is not much of a pinch. Sometimes I like to stay close to cliff walls and stuff because we're inside of a kind of tight area. I might want some more stuff to go on in more belts and things to be used in those tight areas. This is a good spot right by the river, crossing over the river. Or what is just a little stream? What is it when it's just an itty bitty stream like that?
This conveyor could double as an airport luggage carousel.
I don't think I'm going to go up this one. I'll go adjacent to it. And this is actually one of the spots where it is a bit of a pinch. So I might even... I think I'll make an early conveyor pull here. Conveyor pull there. For the turn. So I can turn there. I'm beating both the sulfur belts. I'm faster than 60 belt steps per minute as I do this, so that feels good. We're almost there, actually. A lot of this is like kind of familiar territory. Even this jungle environment is stuff is kind of familiar. We're sort of by Hydro-Crude Point. It's to my right. Can it get up this? No, this is a bad... This is not the best spot. I wish it would go up to this peak. I'll make it extra tall so I don't need to make a stackable pull at the start of that higher up round. Is it red because of this bean? Yes, this bean is giving me a hard time. There we go. I am starting to run out of plates. I'm going a little too fast. My dimensional depot can only make 15 iron plates per minute. Now, since I am familiar with this area, I do know I have some... I only have like 2 stacks of iron plates nearby, but that could carry me the rest of the distance, hopefully. I don't have the plates. Okay, so Hydro-Crude. I think Hydro-Crude is right around here, isn't it? There's a spot here where I have some iron plates for my temporary factories. I'll take some plates if there is any. We've got lots of filters. While I'm here, I'll power up. I don't think there is the plates. Here's 82 plates. So we have 82 plates. That gives us a bit of a head start. A bit of a boost there. And while I'm here, I'll bring some quick wire to this factory. This will give me some more network high-speed connectors, and let's see, how many high-speed connectors do we have? The high-speed connectors will allow me to make more thermal energy generators such as this one. There's a lot of geysers nearby. That one has a little geyser underneath it, and there's a lot of those nearby. So I need 25 high-speed connectors, and I saw I had 20, so I think the Caterium, or the quick wire that I supplied, will give it another 10. So I can make one more geothermal power generator. I fell behind on my one belt. The quick belt is now behind, but the main the other belt, I still have a chance to beat. If there's no
Every
more
piece
hiccups.
of sulfur is rolling out like paparazzis waiting.
Yeah, this sulfur is kind of like fashionably late, isn't it? Two hours. Okay, so this is a point I'll make. Oh, this is bad. I'm gonna have to have an extra early conveyor hole here. I wanted to have it like right here to go around this corner. But now I think I'm gonna have to make a really short one to go around the corner. Or maybe I could just go straight a bit further. We'll just slowly angle. So we're angling to here. Then I guess we'll stay up high up on these and follow this path. That's what we'll do. Yep, I need another conveyor right here. I guess this isn't too bad. This is... actually, that is quite short. It is a bit of the more of these poles I have to make, the more time I have to waste connecting, going back and forward to connect these. This one's on lowered ground, so I'll add an additional pole underneath. Am I out? I only have 21 plates. I'm out of plates once again. What can I do? Just wait around? I don't think I want to just wait around. I know I have lots of plates around. Iron? Do I want to actually like make an iron factory right here? I wonder if making an iron factory right here might be the move. Because won't I need iron plates again and again? They're all up to the north. Really, I thought there actually was a lot of iron like around here. There's a lot of iron over here. What is with all those iron there? Okay, there's iron here though, too. 6, was that like 6 pure? That was, is this like 9, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12? Is this some kind of glitch? I don't really believe this. I don't believe what I'm seeing. I see like 12 pure iron nodes. Is there anywhere on the map where you've seen something like that? Okay, so what can I do? Maybe I just need to make an iron plate factory really quick to the southeast here. And in that case, I'm going to need some power towers to get there. To get the power there. Where is it? So it's like right there. Where is power there?
I hope this conveyor has frequent flyer miles.
Yeah, I should start there. That's where the power should come from. I guess this is gonna be inevitable. I will want the iron because there's a lot of coal here, so there's probably gonna be some steel. Coal, iron, and what else for the steel? This one already has 3 connections. I'll connect from this one then. Maybe I want an early power tower so that there's more connections in this area. I think that is what I'll do. Is this our iron? This looks Caterium. Cool. Iron right here. Good thing I picked up those that Nobelisk, because this is a Nobelisk required spot. So I think I'll have to actually make a Nobelisk detonator. I think while I'm at it, I think I will make some Caterium ingots too, because I think I need those in not too long. I might like to have a big buildup of Caterium ingots. I'm making a Nobelisk detonator. Another piece of tech to hold on to. And I need to make 4 portable miners. I think I'm going to delete some concrete and cables in advance. Maybe I can even delete some of these. I've been having some full inventory issues all the time. So I need some extra spaces now, especially now that I've got a Nobelisk detonator that I have to hold on to all the time. So, the Nobelisk detonator uses the Nobelisks for ammo, and then I click here. Then what? E or F? Okay, now how do I detonate this? No, I don't want to do that. Right there we go. Now, let's get the plates going before anything else. Is this, what's the purity of this? We have a pure iron node and a normal caterium node. So that means this one will be four different belts.
This is what happens when Legos grow up.
Hello, Mossify. Nope, nope, not possible. Actually, this is a bit of a hassle to get to this belt, so I'm gonna split from this one. Nope, no good. Okay, I will do that then. Or maybe I'll try this again. There we go. Okay, so here's my 460 belts. Now they need to go to a bunch of smelters. How many smelters? I think I'm gonna want these at half power for some power saving, especially because these are like arbitrary ones. Random ones. So this one will go here, and then I will need 8. That was 15. Oh, actually, maybe they shouldn't. Instead, I'm gonna power down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll make one more. Creature is in the way. I'll wait for that creature to move. So that was 15 times. I want 8. Can I just build it on this side? 15, 30, 60 for 4, then 120, so this needs to be at half power. So everything's at half power. And I've got 4, so these need to be split off once more. I'll raise it up. So I have some walking room. And then I need splitters on some of them. Oops. Okay, that'll work. Won't it? This doesn't work. I don't like this. I'll do the splitters last. Here we go. This is much better.
Who needs roller coasters when you've got sulfur conveyors?
Luckily, I did get enough iron plates to build this little factory here. So how much of these? They have a 15 input and a 15 output per minute. So the constructors need... The constructors that make plates take in 20 by 30 per by default. So do I want to actually merge these? I think I just want these to be also at 50%. So we'll have 1 to 1. I think those bounding boxes were overlapping. Sometimes the nice thing about building on the environment floor is that sometimes you can have like overlapping... No, I think it was just on a higher level, but sometimes you can get away with some funny stuff. Five out of 8. Maybe these last ones are gonna have to rotate, because they're all feeding off a cliff here, and I was just planning on doing some... I didn't have a plan, actually. I think I'll do some concrete work there, maybe. I would rather not, though, honestly. The output is gonna be 10 per, so I can connect 6 of them. I can go 6. These all 3 of these could connect to 1. Then these 2 could connect to 1. I'll have a splitter input here. Can this work? Yep. That's a splitter, though. I need a merger. Well, I've got 3 over there. We've got 8, so it's not divisible by 3, so that will be... This will just be 2.
It's like watching yellow potatoes on a lazy river.
Did I go over? I'm starting to wonder if I went overboard on this. Do I really need that many plates? Because we're actually almost done here. I just need to bring the plates a little bit further. I guess there is going to be some more plate work with the turbo fuel crown. There's lots of plates going from place to place, belts going from place to place that will need these iron plates that I'm making. But I am wondering if I went a bit overboard here. Maybe I did go overboard here. I don't need to worry about these last 3. I'm just gonna ignore that. Or maybe not. I just can't help myself. I could do this. I just see a solution. They're kind of like crammed together, so that's part of why I'm feeling a little bit like giving up. But now, what about if I just make some big lifts? This one can just stay on the ground, though. Okay, and now, how's power going? We do have power here. Do we have power to this last one? Yes. Well, the lines are connected, and now we have power to everything. So is it all going? We have iron in. These have no power. They are connected, they just need to be connected to the grid overall. Maybe this should be a different pull. I think this will be a different pull. And then I actually made this mistake over here. This is going to the iron plates. There we go. So I can just delete that one pull, or the one line to that pull, to switch this whole thing off and on. Now this is all set up. I can start to make some storage. I think I'm gonna just try to get the storage to a bit more of a convenient location, such as here. Storage up. 3, we'll have 3 of these all making plates. Are we gonna start to need like rods and stuff too? We might.
This is the most over-engineered slip and slide I've ever seen.
Slip and slide, that's a good idea. That would be fun. Excellent, we found a way. But now I'm low on plates, that's what we're making here. Has there been any made? You know what, I'll just wait. I'm gonna stand up for 30 seconds. I don't think this will take very long at all. I'll just stand up for 30 seconds for some blood flow. Alright, back. See, that's where the center of the turbo fuel crown will be, right up from this point. This is pretty much this power tower is going to be the center, and where are we? We have to make the journey from about here or so. The belts were there, and that's where I got stopped short. I need just like 2 more stacks to make it pretty much following along these fuel lines. Am I able to put conveyor pulls on top of these? Because it would be very convenient. Yeah, this is, okay, so this is gonna be my target. We'll have 2 lines of fuel and then 2 lines of the plates. I think I don't want to build more storage than this because that'll use up the plates that I'm trying to collect. We now have 88 plates on the dimensional depot. And how are the plates here? 89. I have about 100. I have about 200. I have just 1 stack. It might actually be enough, though. I wonder if fuel lines go the same distance as conveyor belts. That might be a bit of a hang-up. What if the fuel lines go further than the conveyor belts? The sooner I can get the belts to these pipes, the better. So I might...
Sulfur
think-
delivery. 30 minutes or less, or your turbo fuel is free.
This is where they will connect. That's where I got to. I'm so close here. I think I'll have to delete these because now I'm changing course a little bit more towards where those pipes are. Because the more I can combine the infrastructure, the better. Maybe I'll go as... I'll bridge them here. So that's the direction I'll head in. This one's a tricky one. Why is it... There we go. Will it make it? It's so close, but it missed it. That's rough. I didn't want to see that. Oops, is this... This is too high, isn't it? Scary, we're messing up a bit here. Uh-oh.
This conveyor is basically a yellow brick road to turbo fuel.
True, it is like a yellow brick road. A yellow sulfur road. I'm gonna put all of the stackable conveyor poles first. I think it might be a bit faster. So this is the center. Now after I get I'm almost done. We've got like 3 more, then I can do the fun part. The creative building of the factory. I actually don't even have the designs completely in mind yet. I need to look at their ratios and stuff. I like to make circles because I have a kind of a general solution. We can always make circles and have the starting points towards the center and branch out as needed. And oftentimes the starting points, the first buildings we use are smaller buildings, like the smelters. Smelters are small buildings. Then constructors are a little bit bigger. Then those go to assemblers that take 2 input parts. Those are bigger than that. And the manufacturers that take 4 are even bigger. So as we radiate out, we naturally want more space that the circle gives. So what I want to do is build a bit of a water tower. This might be a good time to put, or a good place and time to put a blueprint machine, blueprint designer right around here, because there's going to be a bunch of random blueprints specific to our needs. Nope, that's not the one. I think that's not the good orientation. I'm going to need it to be this way. Now, is this something I can chop down, or should I just ignore this, or what? I think I can just ignore these. Did that all go in a dismantle crate, or what? I don't know, I don't see the output from that. But anyways, we've got a clear designer now. So, what did I want? I will load blueprint. I want the water tower. I want a double pillar. What's the double pillar look like? First of all, I want this double pillar. Oops. Oh, really? Okay. So I'll build the double pillar here manually, I guess, and then overwrite it because I want it to have more stacks. Currently, this double pillar is just like 1 unit. I want it to be as tall as can fit. I think 3 is what fits Only 2.
Every piece of sulfur is like, I'm late for turbo class.
So this is, I consider this to be logistics, so I'll make it green. And look for pillar, concrete pillar. Now I want this to go up here. Maybe I'll make the center first of all. I want this to be a vertical zoop. This will be the center. Actually, if I'm going to do this, maybe I'll use this as the center. I was going to make a vertical pole with a ladder on it. I was going to add the ladder because I learned earlier today I already have that ladder. I thought it was an important... I remember looking for it and not finding it and thinking that was an important blueprint. I thought I prioritized that over a lot of the other things I got. And I did. I must have. I've had this ladder blueprint for a long time and I thought I didn't. I'll use nudge mode, page up. I think I only need, is this the only one I need? No, I'm gonna need one more in addition to this. I don't want to go too high with this because I would like to like see it kind of. Like from this tower here, my Banter Sync HQ, this will be a really nice view to see all the power flowing through here. So double check. Do we have fuel flowing here? I might not have to make a power tower or a fuel water tower there. I was thinking about making a water tower for that. I think I will make a water tower for the fuel that's coming in over there. There's some pipes not quite visible, or just one pipe. That I will make a tower here. So let's start that now. Water tower blueprint, here it is.
This conveyor is the definition of commitment.
Last time, usually I just have a pipe at the top that just loops back down. But I think this time I'm gonna make a big... Oops. I'm gonna make a big basin at the top. I don't know what they're called. I just called it a basin, but I don't know what it's actually called. So this will jut up past the top layer. Let's connect this up now. I want to start building it from the top already, so I also want the power connected. I can connect the power up top. Higher up. So... the water doesn't need to go all the way down, but it will go down a certain amount. Whoa, based on my needs for the wherever it's needed. I'm not sure. I know the first layer will be sulfur. We're going to be processing the sulfur into... Oh yeah, did I connect those? I didn't actually make the pump there. This needs to have a pump. So I'm also going to need to power that up. I'll just do all of this connection first, then the... Actually, I think I might make the top fluid storage... Top fluid storage next, as soon as I get all of these connected up. Is this the last one? How many? I think there's only 3... times I used the blueprint. I think we're all connected up. Now it's time to get to the top and build the basin. Oh no, no. That was a bit risky. Even though I was falling, I wanted to go up a layer. I've been really lucky with the jetpack. I don't think I've ever had any issues with it. Did I connect? There was a tower. I don't remember connecting the top of my last tower. Actually, this is not what I want to do. At this point, I will make some foundation. I want this foundation to be like exactly here. That looks centered. Now I'm gonna have a bit of a...
The symmetry here is giving me
There we go.
goosebumps.
Now, how exactly do I want this pump to look? Maybe it needs to be raised up a little bit higher than this, actually, because the lines here need to, like, snake out. They need to snake out, so all of these will be deleted and raised up. Oops. Okay, let's just make a 4-meter one instead of stacking up the 1 meters. Now this is going to be a bit of a difficult flight, I think. Can I make it? I can fly all the way up like 8 meters or something. Industrial fluid storage. Now, is this the right way? Yeah, this way. And I want it to be centered right here. First, I will want to see this, like, floating. Can this be, like, floating? And then I'll start to think about what sorts of supports I can put in here. Maybe that will do. I think I'm just gonna start off here, and then maybe... I guess the concrete can go up. I'll build some concrete pillars. I think that I'm going to need to go out a little bit further to get a view of what I'm doing. Can I get that concrete behind? I saw it. There we go. There's all the concrete. So this is cool. This is a cool looking water tower now. I just need to think about putting some towers... Some pillars, I mean, some concrete pillars. This is a big concrete pillar, just a small one. This is a different color. Is this a different color? I guess that's okay. No, I think I will replace them. I'll use the middle mouse button to get duplicates. Mind you, some change in color is kind of interesting. Like maybe this is some sort of like reinforced metal. These are metal pillars. Did I select metal pillars or something? Should I do something else further, like have the pillars branch out a bit? Or they could connect at the top too? Gotta fly out. Look. Yeah, that's good. I like that. I did a good call there. I'll have them connect at the top, not open at the top. And that is the same color this time. Because I used the middle mouse button click to copy them instead.
Refineries orbiting like they're worshipping fuel itself.
Okay, there we go. That looks quite stable. Hopefully there's fluid making it all the way. I don't see any fluid, but that's because I know that some of the pumps are not powered up. So I'm going to make a big drop here to get to the power. Actually, none of them are powered up. But some of them aren't even connected to the other power, so I need to grab this power here, bring it to... Whoa, I'm falling longer than I meant. There we go. Now the pumps are mostly powered up. Here's one that isn't. And they aren't connected from one blueprint instance to another. Okay, now the pumps are all fueled up. I hope I can see some fuel on the down line. It seems like that might be a bit of a big jump for that last pump. I'm not sure if it's okay with that. Now, it might make sense to do another one for these, or maybe even 2 more. Maybe I should do that early to make sure that that I have everything I need. What I'll do is... Okay, I'm falling a bit chaotically here. There we go. I'll make the first circle. I'm going to need 36 assemblers right here. Starting here, we're going to make a ring of... So I need to go out 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I can make a ring around it. Powers are, if I do need to make 2 more, there is some wiggle about their exact spot. That's kind of the nice thing about pipes too, because the pipes, I feel like the pipes are a little less specific than the belts. But we might not need water towers because I do have a water tower at the origin of each of these pipes. Maybe the biggest argument for why I might need a water tower is to have that fluid buffer to smooth out the load. I still don't know how to kind of quantify and do math and think about how much I need
Honestly,
for that
this
type of
belongs
stuff.
in an art museum.
Thanks a lot. Okay, so I have to delete that last tile because there's one overlap there. There we go. So here's the first ring. I think this ring is too thin or too small in the center, so I will have to actually branch out further, which is good because this is an overlap here. This is a problem. This wire needs some more room. I'm going to make a ring of 36 conveyors, 36 assemblers actually, and you know what? Maybe I should call this the end of the day. It has been 3 hours. Has been 3 hours, and now I have this set up. I kind of have a starting point for this, so maybe I will make those towers just to be on the safe side, and then I have kind of everything set up. I have sulfur, 2 belts here, 3 belts of sulfur. No, I only have 2 belts of sulfur down there. Did I miscalculate my sulfur, or is one of those sulfurs... No, those are both impure sulfur. No, these ones are impure sulfur. No, oh, the 5th one. There's the 5th one. I have 5 sulfur belts. Those should be always full. And then I have 5 belts of coal from these 2 coal here. And then I've got 3 pipes not full. They have 3 pipes of various amounts of fuel. And this will all go to turbo fuel. So do I want to make some more water towers? I think I will make some more water towers just to be on the safe side. Maybe I should make that water tower top now. I'll make that water tower top a blueprint. Because that was a bit difficult to place. I'll have it be... I think I can make it be the last part. It'll not only be the top, but it'll also be the last water tower part. Maybe not. This doesn't look like it'll fit. But we'll just have to give it a try. You know what? I'm not going to do this. I think I'll just manually make the tops. They're not too much extra. I'll make the pumps facing out. Are these overlapping at all?
Refineries orbiting
Nope.
like satellites around the sun.
I will add the pumps to both water towers at the same time, because I think going up and down is kind of the tricky part here. I think I can just jump across a bit easier. I don't need a pump at this point. I think I'll actually be deleting a lot of these lower down lines, so I don't know why I added a pump there to that first connection. I think I might actually need to add a pump to the second connection, though. We'll see. We'll see here. Yeah, I better add a pump on this one. Okay, I'll finish the top construction before... Uh-oh, what's going on here? I gotta stop building and flying. Flying and building do not mix. These ones are a little lower. That's okay. If they're gonna be... I don't like that. Did I have another... Is there a whole other part there? Okay, let's just go all the way down to add another part. So, is this gonna get them at even levels? It is nice
Long
to
live the crown.
It is nice to have these higher up than everything else. It is quite a nice centerpiece view. But I think if the 2 on one height and at 1 on another is not ideal, maybe like if I could kind of step them 3 different steps, that would be best. Whoa, this one is rotated. There we go. Now let's make sure that the height is correct now. Are they all going to be on pretty much the same height? Okay, we do have 3 steps going here. But just on a much smaller scale. Yeah, that wasn't too hard to build. So I guess I didn't really need a blueprint, I would say. How often am I gonna do this? Object clearance. Uh-oh. This is kind of catastrophic. What do we do about this? I think I might just have to start over. Then there's gonna be some random floating pipes and things, aren't there?
We're building the world's most powerful friendship bracelet.
And these water storage containers are like the beads or whatever it is. Whatever you would want on a friendship bracelet. We're making friends with turbo fuel. That's a little off-center now. I kind of want to try again, but not too far from the center. If I'm in delete blueprint mode, I can go middle mouse button click to copy a whole blueprint. That's new to me. I just learned something. I just need to delete a bit of spam. Alright, anyways. So I guess I need to remember to start at the top with these water towers to make sure the clearance is all good. Anytime I'm doing this, I need to think about that. I just moved it a little bit, and this was not tall enough. So I can go delete blueprint mode, middle mouse button click to copy that. That's a good hotkey. How's the rotation on this? Good. There we go. Now I'm not going to set up any of these connectors yet to make sure that the top will fit. Okay, this is really cool. Now there's 3 different heights. This one ended up being even shorter than the other one. So now there's 3 different heights. It's not as much as I would like, though, actually. It's kind of a bit random. I guess random is not too bad here, though. I feel like it's not too bad to have 3 slightly random heights and slightly random positions for these water towers. I don't know if I'm going to be able to fly up top there. Do I even want to risk it? Let's not risk it. So which way is the water again? Or the lines? Okay. I thought I did use my mouse wheel, so I'll look, rotate. There it is, in place. Still with the object clearance.
This is less about efficiency and more about glory.
Can I just decrease the height enough? Maybe this one will be a little bit shorter. I don't think I want to make it any further out from the center than this. I might have to actually adjust this first one that I already have working. If this is still no good. There we go. So now they're just at different heights. That's not bad. That actually is a kind of aesthetic look. Maybe I almost want to make this one that did work on an even noticeably lower level, because currently the height difference is kind of a small amount, kind of an unnoticeably small amount. So maybe I want to exaggerate that to make it into a motif. for some more intentionality to that. This is a weird connection. Is this must be why this one ended up being a little bit shorter than the other. I connected this layer a bit weirdly. Luckily, this doesn't, it's not critical because this is before the pumps. Maybe this, I'll open this up. I can delete all of the pumps here. Even the lines also. I could delete everything here, and then this is what's going to connect to this line over here. Alright, water towers are almost up. I just have to make sure the pumps are all powered up. I think I'm going to put a power pole here to so the power lines aren't going through the concrete. I'll just try to ignore these hogs. That was a fancy flying build step I did just there to avoid the hogs. This
The
power
compact
line.
coal court is now in session.
Yes, that's a good timing because here's the power line connecting. This one, does this have sight of the... Yeah, it can go straight to the power connector. Now all of these water lines, I think they're all connected up. That one is not. Why is that one not? I think I've got another one of those here, because I don't think I did that same... There is some power lines going through here. So I can no longer zip line through this. This is going to be a bit of a detour every time. That's something I should think about. I might want to think about changing this so I can zip line through this. Can I delete this? Maybe I can just delete what I need to have a zip line track. That's kind of a messy spot there, but it is hidden. Let's see what this is like now. Is there a chance? I can zip... Nope. What happened there? Is it this? I actually don't need these ones, so this is okay to remove. I'm okay to remove all of this. I would rather not remove that top part. The reason why I'm okay to remove all of that is because that's the water line down, or the fuel line down. That's actually probably where it will connect. That's probably where, like, this is gonna go to the actual factory here. So it's not the best, but we do have... Wait a minute. What was those? Oh, this is power lines to hydro crude point. This one... Okay, we can go here. So we have to be a bit careful about which lines we're selecting. But there is a path. It's actually really cool that the zip lines go straight through the center of hydro turbo fuel crown. I didn't plan that out, that just happened. So now let's go back to the top of Bantersink HQ. It's always good to get some prototyping done or some preliminary step like I've done here, and take a moment to step back and have a look at it. So I think this will be... I'm going to begin to wrap things up at this point, because I want to have a look, and then I'll think about how it all looks, especially in considering the zipline access and the appearance and location. This is the wrong one. Wrong direction. Correct one. There we go. Wow, that stone formation creates a halo there. I think it's going to be too big to see that before long, though. But for now, this is looking really
Industrial
good.
overload.
Cool. This is looking really good. I think I'm just gonna... This is it. This is a good setup. Turbo fuel crown. Okay, so I'll have ChatGPT write a conclusion. Actually, I want to screenshot that. That was a good screenshot. That might be the thumbnail for the next episode or something. Okay, now save the game. I'll call it Turbo Fuel Crown turbo fuel crown, like, sourced. We now have all of the resources going to the site. Write a conclusion for today's episode. I brought all of the fuel, coal, and sulfur to the turbo fuel crown. I even made water towers at its center. The water towers have fluid storage, fluid containers at the top. The three water towers have fluid containers at the top. Everything is looking very aesthetic from a view from a Banter Sync HQ view. Next time, I will complete the turbo fuel crown. Anything else? I had to, as I was completing, as I was gathering the last belt of sulfur, I had to stop and make an iron plate factory. It was funny how close I got.
Imagine explaining this to future archaeologists.
It was just long enough that I would need a lot more plates. It was about I would say 10 conveyor lines, conveyor poles length. I hope ChatGPT understands that. It was about 10 pull lengths. So what is that? Like 10 meters, 20 meters, like 40, like 400 meters. It was too long for me to wait on the dimensional depot, but felt weird to have to make a factory to solve that short distance. There we go. Maybe ChatGPT can explain that a little bit better than me. Different paragraph. There we go. And that wraps up today's ride on the Sulfur Express. We did it! We hauled every last ingredient to the turbo fuel crown. Fuel, coal, sulfur, and even crowned the center with not 2, but 3 majestic water towers, each capped with fluid containers like industrial tiaras. From the Bantersink HQ view, it's already looking like a monument to symmetry and over-engineering. Next time, we'll bring it full circle, literally, by completing the turbo fuel crown itself. Of course, no great build comes without a comedy detour. As I was laying down the final sulfur belt, I ran out of iron plates just short of the finish line. About 10 conveyor poles shy. That's like running a marathon and tripping over the welcome mat at the end. The dimensional depot couldn't bail me out, so I had to spin up an entire iron plate factory just to bridge 400 meters. Nothing says satisfactory, quite like building a whole facility to cover the tiniest of gaps. But hey, sulfur's flowing, the towers are up, and the crown is nearly ready for coronation. Long live turbo fuel crown.